Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Among the most exciting matches at Crown Jewel, Roman Reigns and the Usos are set to take on Solo Sikoa's bloodline. WWE announced the bout following this week's episode of Raw. A few seeds have been planted regarding what will happen between the two sides, but what if a huge surprise is being planned for this Saturday? Let's look at three possible finishes to the six-man tag team match between the two versions of the bloodline at Crown Jewel. 1. The numbers game catches up to Roman Reigns and the Usos as things stand. Solo Sikoa's bloodline outnumbers Roman Reigns and the Usos. Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu will all be at Crown Jewel, with one of the three at ringside. However, this added distraction might not be the only advantage the heels get. Following their conversation this Monday on Raw, it is certainly plausible that Sami Zayn will join the evil side of the bloodline. Solo is trying to get the former honorary Uso on side, potentially reminding him of Reigns' manipulative behavior. After a back-and-forth match at Crown Jewel, Zayn can make a surprise appearance and distract Roman Reigns. This would allow Solo Sikoa or Jacob Fatu to pick up the win for the Bloodline 2.0. It will definitely be heartbreaking to see Sami Zayn turn heel. However, such a swerve would lead to some interesting possibilities ahead of the likely Bloodline War Games match. 2. Sami Zayn double-crosses Solo Sikoa. What if Sami Zayn speaking to Solo Sikoa was part of his plan? After all, he has widely been known as the master strategist. Zayn can appear to be on the new Bloodline side at Crown Jewel before betraying Solo and evening the odds for the babyfaces. This would lead to Roman Reigns and the Usos finishing the job. Sami Zayn fits much better in the OG Bloodline thanks to his connection with JUSO. The YEET Master may have felt betrayed following Raw, but the former honorary Uso may prove that he can be trusted. All he needs to do is double-cross Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel. That being said, the dynamic between Zayn and Roman Reigns will be one to look out for. 3. The Rock comes back, but this time, he's not alone. The Rock returned to WWE at Bad Blood after Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes win over Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. So, if he feels like it, the final boss can do the same thing at the end of Crown Jewel. However, this time, The Rock would need to impact the outcome of the six-man tag team match. Solo did say that his return at Bad Blood was part of the plan, so it would make sense for the Hollywood megastar to help out the new tribal chief. Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga could end up winning thanks to The Rock. However, the final boss doesn't need to get physical yet. He can instead unleash the newest powerhouse of the bloodline, Tama Tonga. Yes. That's the trademark name that will likely be given to Hikuleo when he debuts in WWE. The Giant would instantly be over if he was introduced by The Rock at the end of a major premium live event while costing Roman Reigns and the Usos the big match. In a world where alliances shift like sand in the WWE universe, the return of The Rock could spark one of the biggest shakeups ever witnessed in WWE SmackDown history. With whispers that the Great One plans to bring along a younger, yet fiercely determined 33-year-old superstar, the WWE Universe could be on the cusp of a generational clash. The return sets the stage for a high-stakes conflict with Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. But loyalty is fragile in the land of the bloodline. Here are three electrifying ways this showdown between Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Bloodline 2.0 could unfold, complete with betrayals, surprises, and a fight for dominance. 1. The Rock and his protege break the bloodline, and 2. The story begins with The Rock's dramatic return to the WWE ring. Accompanied by his 33-year-old protege, an enigmatic rising star trained by none other than the Brahma Bull himself, they storm the ring on SmackDown to call out Roman Reigns. The crowd roars as The Rock addresses Roman, denouncing his head-of-the-table persona and claiming that Roman has turned his back on the true values of their Samoan heritage. The tension thickens as The Rock reveals his alliance with Jimmy and JUSO, forming a faction that feels more like the original bloodline than Roman's authoritarian rule. The Rock's protege, a name yet to be fully embraced by the WWE Universe but showing promise with their agile wrestling style and charismatic presence, takes the mic, challenging Solo Sikoa to prove his loyalty. Solo, torn between family loyalties, stands motionless as Roman berates him for even hesitating. But the gravity of The Rock's words has shaken Solo's faith. Jimmy and Jay seize this opportunity, urging Solo to join them. At first, Solo seems like he might, but he ultimately pledges his loyalty to Roman, giving the bloodline a momentary sense of unity. However, the fragile truce doesn't hold. As the match unfolds, Solo's struggles become more apparent. When The Rock's protege gets in a devastating hit on Roman, Solo hesitates, allowing the Usos to strike back and push Roman to the mat. In a climactic turn, Solo betrays his cousins, ultimately securing victory for The Rock's team and symbolizing the split of the bloodline. The Rock stands victorious, solidifying the true spirit of their lineage, with his protege marking the dawn of a new bloodline era. 2. Solo Sikoa, the Betrayer. The Usos vs. Roman and Solo ends with Bloodline 2.0, and Power. The Rock's arrival has thrown a wrench into Roman Reigns' plans, but it's his interactions with Solo Sikoa that hold the most intrigue. Tension builds as Roman, increasingly paranoid, questions Solo's loyalty to him. Roman's suspicion grows, especially as The Rock praises Solo's talent in a backstage segment, calling him the future of the Samoan dynasty. The match is set, pitting The Rock and the Usos against Roman and Solo, with a shocking twist revealed right before the bell rings. Paul Heyman is lurking at ringside with a knowing smirk. The bell rings, and The Rock's team takes the offensive, but cracks in the alliance show as Solo looks torn. The Rock's team believes they have the upper hand, and the Usos begin to play mind games, taunting Solo to reconsider his loyalty. Just when it seems like Solo is faltering, he strikes Jey Uso with a Samoan spike, shocking everyone in attendance. Solo's betrayal is the ultimate gut punch to the Usos and The Rock, who had tried to turn him. Roman grins, taking advantage of the confusion as he attacks his stunned opponents with his signature moves. In a brutal finish, Solo and Roman stand victorious, and the WWE Universe is left reeling as Roman raises Solo's hand, proclaiming him the true enforcer of Bloodline 2.0. They have not only defeated The Rock but sent a message: the Bloodline is stronger than ever, with Solo's betrayal cementing his loyalty to Roman's reign. 3. Bloodline 2.0 implodes as Solo Sikoa defies Roman and stands with The Rock. The third scenario unfolds with the most dramatic twist, Solo Sikoa finally choosing to defy Roman in the name of family, only for his decision to spark chaos in Bloodline 2.0. The Rock's return had already raised questions about Roman's grip on the family, but the arrival of his new protege stirs things further. During a tense pre-match encounter, The Rock warns Solo that Roman is only using him, emphasizing the strength of their Samoan heritage and the need to stand for true family honor. It's clear that Solo is wrestling with his conscience, even as Roman berates him for listening to The Rock. As the match progresses, tensions explode. Roman, furious that Solo's loyalty seems shaken, orders him to take out The Rock's protege in a show of force. But Solo, caught in the moment, hesitates, and that moment of hesitation is all The Rock needs. He delivers a thunderous rock bottom to Roman, and the WWE Universe erupts in cheers as the Usos rally behind The Rock. Finally, Solo makes his choice. He turns on Roman with a brutal Samoan spike, symbolizing his break from Roman's oppressive rule. Roman is left stunned on the mat, betrayed by the very enforcer he trusted to protect him. With the Usos and Solo standing united with The Rock, the bloodline has split definitively, leaving Roman isolated. The Rock takes the microphone after the match, his voice filled with the intensity only he can bring. "Roman, you got lost in power and forgot what family truly means. The real bloodline isn't about one man. It's about all of us." This defining moment leaves Roman broken, without his family or his enforcers, signaling the end of Bloodline 2.0 and perhaps even the end of Roman's dominance. In a post-match twist, Roman seethes with rage backstage, vowing to reclaim the bloodline from the ashes. He promises a return even more powerful than before, igniting anticipation for future confrontations where Roman may attempt to rebuild or seek revenge on his former family members. Each of these outcomes leaves a significant mark on WWE's storyline landscape. Whether it's Solo betraying the Usos, only to stay loyal to Roman, the devastating twist where he abandons Roman for The Rock, or the explosive scenario where he joins the Usos, the potential for drama is limitless. The Rock's return, accompanied by his fiery protege, injects new life into WWE, challenging Roman's reign and setting the stage for a showdown that will redefine family, loyalty, and power in the bloodline. And with Solo Sikoa's loyalty hanging in the balance, one question looms: will the true spirit of family survive, or will it crumble under the weight of betrayal and ambition?